Welcome to Purpose NIL. I'm your host and purpose coach, James M. Rink. Today's theme is simple: results, sales results, revenue results, performance results. At the end of the day, whether you're a CEO, a sales executive, self-employed, or a college athlete building your brand, results matter. Research consistently shows that purpose-driven companies outperform those that focus solely on profits. Studies tracking visionary organizations over decades have demonstrated that companies anchored in purpose significantly outpace their competitors financially. Now, let's be clear. We all need to make money. Profits matter. Revenues matter. But in today's ultra-competitive marketplace, profit alone is not a strategy. Purpose is. Purpose connects us as humans, and it's something that artificial intelligence cannot replicate. AI can process data. It can optimize systems, but it cannot feel. Our purpose strategy unites feelings and actions to people. Feelings are visceral. When you connect with somebody viscerally, they feel something powerfully. Neuroscience supports this. Research shows that humans make decisions emotionally first, then justify those decisions intellectually. As world-renowned neuroscientist Antonio Damasio famously teaches us, as human beings, we are feeling machines that think. That means in the rapidly expanding world of artificial intelligence, your ability to intentionally create meaningful emotional connections is your differential advantage. When you live your purpose authentically, people feel it. And when people feel it, they trust you. They lean in, they partner, they buy. That works for CEOs building culture. It works for sales executives growing accounts. It works for entrepreneurs building brands, and it works for college athletes as they build their NIL, their name, image, and likeness opportunities. Today, you'll hear from Tamala, a veteran sales executive who grew a $3 million account into a $20 million account in just 48 months by aligning her purpose with her client's mission. You'll also hear from University of Oklahoma football tight end John Locke as he discovers his purpose in sports, academics, and in NIL, building a brand rooted in identity, not just performance. Because when purpose drives performance, results follow.
Give a little life update. Been a heck of a year. Turned 39, married the love of my life, and really found my vocational calling. You know, I did some work last year to figure out, all right, what's my purpose? So I had just called off an engagement, had just moved from Montana, walked away from a job that I really loved and was passionate about, just hit a rock bottom moment, like I'm starting all over again. I really want to lean in and figure out why I'm here. I need to figure out my purpose. So that's when I enrolled in the Purpose of You Masterclass.
Go to purposeofyou.com to learn more.
My purpose is to love and connect with people, inspiring them towards freedom and helping them create their dream life.
I didn't know where I was going. I would say I was without direction. You know, a lot of the pain for myself, it came from not being able to communicate or not even knowing what it was exactly that I wanted. I've learned to filter it through my purpose now that I've really specified that. But when I'm fully me, when I'm alive, when I'm gathering people, like what brings you to life? Fire it up. When we know our purpose and we're walking in that, there is just such a joy and life in that.
Knowing your purpose can transform your life.
This story is for every CEO, chief revenue officer, and sales leader who wants to know two things. How do you grow a $3 million account into a $20 million account in just a few months? And how do you retain that kind of performer? Let me introduce you to Tamala. Tamala is a sales executive who understands something many leaders miss. Revenue growth follows purpose alignment. In 2019, just 6 months into her role, Tamala landed a major client. Over the next 48 months, that client relationship grew from approximately $3 million to over $20 million. That's not incremental growth. That's transformational growth. But the key wasn't tactics. It was alignment. It was measurable revenue growth tied directly to purpose alignment. Let's hear from Tamala.
In 2019, I was about 6 months in with the company that I was with at the time and landed a very big client. And over time, from 2019 up until last year, that client grew their business with us exponentially. So I believe we took it from around 3 million to over 20 million in a couple of years. But it was a steady climb.
What created the steady climb? Tamala didn't just sell, she aligned. She aligned her purpose with her client's mission.
My purpose is to live my life with joy and intentional happiness so that I can lead and inspire others to do the same. I take my purpose to my clients and my relationships with my clients really no differently than I do with my personal relationships with my family and my friends, because that really all boils down to just being authentic in who you are. And I think that's what people are drawn to with anyone when they see that someone is real. If you live your life that way, I think people also see that. And therefore, you're setting an example, you're being accountable, and you're not just talking the talk.
The power of Tamala living her purpose authentically is what clients feel. And when that aligns with their mission, partnerships replace selling. That's alignment in action.
It's interesting, the alignment between my purpose and my client's purpose and my client's mission are so similar because their mission was to bring joy, bring happiness to others. So it made it so natural and so easy for us to work together because we had a similar mission and similar goals. One of the benefits of having a shared purpose with your client is they truly do look at you as a partner. You're not a vendor. You become a trusted partner. And I'll take it one step further. You actually become a trusted friend, which is even more important.
Hey, I was just checking in to see how your day went.
And those kinds of relationships don't just happen.
Yeah.
CEOs, here's the strategic insight. Top performers don't just chase compensation, they chase alignment. Now, let's talk retention. Because CEOs, here's the hard truth. If your organization's purpose and values drift away from your top performers, you will lose them. Gallup reports that only about 23% of employees worldwide are engaged at work. Do you know the strongest predictors of engagement? Employees feeling their work connects to a larger mission or purpose. Employees are quick to detect if companies' values are aspirational posters rather than operational standards. If your company's mission and values drift from the top performers, you will lose them.
So over the course of the last few years, as I was building and strengthening my relationships with clients and customers, I began to realize that maybe I had outgrown my previous employer and that my values and my purpose were no longer in alignment with the company's. It got to a point where I realized I needed to make a change. So after 6.5 years, I submitted a resignation and took a position with a different company where I feel like we have the same shared values and the same mission. And I feel like I'm much more in alignment with.
There it is. 6.5 years of performance, massive revenue growth, and Tamala leaves. She walks, not for money alone, but for alignment of purpose, mission, and values. So how do you retain someone like Tamala? You understand what motivates them.
First of all, recognize the talent that you have in your organization and understand what motivates that talent. Understand why they're successful. And in understanding that, I think that then you can bring them and support them and help them give them the tools that they need to continue to be successful, because if they're successful, you're successful. If they're happy, you're successful. I would describe Purpose of You as a program designed to help you uncover who you are, what makes you tick, and helps you really hone in on the things that you love and the things that motivate you, bring you joy.
Purpose-driven organizations win. Tamala has seen it firsthand.
I've seen over and over businesses that don't have mission, don't have a mission statement, don't have a purpose statement, versus the ones that do. And I can tell you, each and every time, the ones that do are more successful. Their people are better. Their people are happier. They don't have as much churn, both internally and externally. So it does make a huge difference. And at the end of the day, I think they're usually the ones that are still standing.
CEOs, sales leader, C-suite executives. Here's the bottom line. Revenue growth follows purpose alignment. Retention follows purpose and values alignment. Sustainable success follows leadership authenticity. If you're serious about scaling revenue and keeping elite performers, purpose is not optional. It's strategic infrastructure. Tamala's story is proof that when purpose drives performance, revenue follows. A $3 million account into a $20 million account in 48 months, that's not chasing numbers. That's aligning purpose with her client's mission. If you want more Purpose NIL stories about Tamala and other successful leaders, visit my YouTube channel at James M. Rink. And if you're ready to discover your own life's purpose as a business strategy, visit purposeofyou.com to discover your purpose today. Next, you'll hear from University of Oklahoma football tight end John Locke as he shares how his purpose is deeply connected to his family's legacy in history at the University of Oklahoma in football. And you can also see how John's building his NIL brand in our next story. You are in a competition for customers, for talent, for trust, and now in the age of AI, competition for clarity. The leaders who will win the next decade, they'll be the ones leading technology with purpose. When you give your purpose to others and leverage it with AI, you amplify it. You gain real advantage of winning customers and talent. Most strategies aren't missing data, they're missing direction. At Purpose of You, everything is grounded in a simple formula. We use words of feelings plus action plus people to equal purpose. AI can take action. AI can analyze people as data, but AI does not have feelings. You do. That's your advantage. When you lead with feelings, you create real value. Feelings build trust. Feelings drive loyalty. Feelings drive decisions. You lead AI with intention and feeling. Technology becomes an amplifier of your purpose, not a replacement for it. As artificial intelligence increases, emotional intelligence must increase to lead it. That's how leaders align people and performance. Purpose isn't a slogan. It's not a side hustle. It's how you win on purpose.
Your purpose isn't a luxury. It's your greatest competitive advantage. Find yours at purposeofyou.com.
Welcome back. If you're a CEO, founder, or business leader, I want to invite you to access the free Purpose CEO resources at purposeofyou.com. Included is a complimentary purpose strategy call with me, where we uncover your personal purpose and how it directly connects to the health, culture, and profitability of your business. Together, we'll identify the hidden expenses of disengaged employees, missed revenue opportunities, lost productivity, and cultural drag. We'll build a clear deployment plan that aligns your purpose, your team members' purpose, and your company's mission. In today's competitive marketplace, Purpose alignment isn't optional. It's your advantage. Go now to purposeofyou.com and schedule a talk with me today. And now let's turn to OU football tight end John Locke as he shares his family's history with Oklahoma football and how he's discovering his purpose as a clear path to his dreams. Why did you want to be involved with this program?
I thought it was an incredible opportunity to put myself out there and put my story out there on this platform for others to hear, because I know how important hearing everybody's stories can be, because oftentimes you can relate to someone that you never knew you would, and you were able to because you heard their story. And so getting this opportunity, I could not turn it down. I'm super excited about it.
Well, I believe your life has a purpose. What do you believe? Do you believe your life has a purpose? And do you know what it is?
Absolutely. I believe my life has a very deep purpose, and we're going to dive into it a lot deeper than I probably know through this, but I believe that God put me on this earth for a lot of reasons, and that I find those reasons out pretty much as my life goes on.
That's great. Okay, so like any good transformation program, we always like to put a few things as our before pictures so that we got something to look at to quantify our results. So I'm going to ask you to do this. If you've got a pen and paper, how much NIL money do you make in a year? And then next to it, what would you like to make in the next year?
Okay, got it down.
So what we're going to do is we're going to base this on a percentage of increase. So now we have a baseline. So from here on out, we're always going to be looking at your incremental growth opportunities. Now, here's the great thing about Purpose. Purpose works great for your NIL while you're in college and while you have NIL opportunities. You play football, you go pro, it goes with you. If you go to the business world after college, your NIL is your purpose. Your purpose goes to the workforce, and you can continue to grow your revenue and your income based on your purpose as your brand. Your brand identity is who you are in the marketplace. Now, the goal in this is we're not all about money. We're all about purpose. What we'll learn through this program is that purpose-minded companies always outperform their competition. The same is true for individuals. I want the audience to know a little bit about you, John. You grew up in San Antonio, Texas, where we all know football is the state religion. What drew you to this game? What is your first love about football?
My first love about football, I mean, I've played football since I could pretty much walk. I started when I was in kindergarten, 6 years old, and was always very inspired by seeing the pictures of my dad in his Texas Tech football uniform at a very young age, hanging up in our house, and just the inspiration that I already get from my dad. It was always, man, I just want to be just like him, and do that through being successful in football. And over time, it wasn't just me and my family, me and my brothers all played football. So it was always something that we all connected on, pushed each other to be better on. And it became a lifestyle in our household. And football has really been a lot to me and my family.
Your father played collegiate football, and you have brothers that also play football as well?
Correct. So my older brother, he played at USC, then transferred to Wyoming. And then for his last year, transferred to Louisiana Tech with me, and we got to play together, which was really cool. And then my younger brother is a freshman football player at SMU.
When did you first get fascinated with Oklahoma football?
So what got me into Oklahoma football was I was in third grade, and at this point I'd been playing football for 3 years. And, wanting to be so much like my dad, I was very inspired to try and play football at Texas Tech. But then he decided I was old enough to learn more about our family, and gave me this picture. And it was my great-grandfather who played football at the University of Oklahoma, and he was a captain, ended up going into the military. And he told me that is who I need to strive to be like. And from that moment on, I was like, this is my purpose. I want to be a Sooner. I could feel the connection right away. And the drive to play here has been what has given me so much success, because it's rooted in my family. It's my purpose to continue that Locke tradition of playing football here at Oklahoma.
A third grade kid from Texas with a dream, not just to play college football, but to play at the University of Oklahoma. following his family's legacy. Today, John Locke isn't just living that dream, he's connecting the dots to his purpose, understanding why that dream was planted in his heart in the first place. When purpose meets preparation, legacy becomes reality. Follow John on social media at John Locke OC. And for NIL partnership opportunities, connect with John on Open Doors. Next, a story designed to inspire and help you to create purpose-driven results in your life.
I'm just so super thankful that I took the time to go through this masterclass and invest in myself to really discover my life's purpose, because when we know our purpose and we're walking in that and we're helping them to feel a certain way, there is just such a joy and life in that. Take the time, go through the course, figure out your whys, figure out how you want to feel, figure out your actions. It's absolutely worth it.
Welcome back. Today's theme is results. Your dreams, your hopes, your financial goals, your results. Every leader, every athlete, every entrepreneur wants results. But results without direction leads to burnout. Purpose is your true north, the internal compass that guides you toward your dreams that you were designed to pursue. When you align your actions with your purpose, clarity increases, confidence grows, revenue follows, fulfillment deepens. Let me ask you something. As you're watching this, do you hear a voice of calling you to live your life in a bigger way, to step out, to build more, to become more? That's just not noise. That's your purpose calling you. Answer it. Together, we'll help you uncover it, unlock it, and monetize it, turning meaning into measurable results. Start now at purposeofyou.com. Now, let me share something that I'm learning about myself in real time. I joke with one of my team members a simple truth that I'm discovering. I'll look at one of them and say, "Why am I waiting?" Almost as the wait is their fault. Maybe the internet is slow. Why am I waiting? Or stuck in traffic on an LA freeway. Why am I waiting? I'm waiting for a client to return a call. Why am I waiting? One time, one of my team members and I are on a flight, sitting on a runway at DFW at 6 p.m., waiting to taxi because of the congestion. My employee looks at me and says jokingly, "Why am I waiting?" As if it was my fault. Here's the truth about me. I hate waiting. There are a few things I'm really good at. Waiting isn't one of them. Vision, strategy, communication. But waiting? No, not really. Recently, however, I've been in a waiting season. A few big changes in my life. Things completely out of my control. I'm waiting for circumstances to change, waiting for answers, waiting for breakthroughs. But the change that's happening the most recently is me. I've learned to accept the wait, to find value in the wait. Not long ago, I was waiting on a result that turned out to be a dead end. Something that I invested time and energy hoping for simply just stopped. No motion forward. In those moments, I've learned to pause and try to figure out what I've learned in the wait. In doing so, I let frustration go and I pause and ask, what have I learned that got me to this dead end? In taking stock, I realize that the dead end is really a cul-de-sac. Anyone in construction or in real estate knows the cul-de-sac is where the profits are. It's where the revenue is. It's where the valuable property is. Larger lots, safer streets, greater value. What feels like a dead end may actually be positioning you for something better. My purpose is to communicate hope, to help people, to make people happy. And living that purpose isn't just what I do on stage or in this show. It's essentially what I do internally, especially in the waiting. In the meantime, I count the lessons. I measure the growth. I look for the value and the hope that it gives me. Maybe you're in a waiting season right now, waiting on a deal, waiting for clarity, waiting on healing, waiting for an opportunity. Here's my encouragement. Don't waste the wait. There's value being built in you that will produce results through you. Remember our theme, results. Real sustainable results don't just come from speed. They come from alignment, from growth, from purpose. If you're ready to learn more about your purpose and how it aligns with your dreams and your finances, go to purposeofyou.com. Let's uncover it, unlock it, and build strategy around it. Follow me on all social media platforms at James M. Rink. And for more purpose strategies, go to my YouTube channel or purposeofyou.com. Thank you for watching, and remember, even in the waiting, your purpose is working. We'll see you on the next Purpose NIL.